It's now before they sell out forever. We're having fun, but stay in the sun and don't ask too many questions. 'Cause on the vampire cruise, if you lose, you're on the menu. You could be the ping pong champion. Brewer could still bring you back.
Well, all right. So where we left off last time is we had Esteban was leading Orville and Annabelle with a plaster of Paris crocodile, and they arrived at the well, we'll call them cultists. I mean, that's what they are. And so we arrived in there, and Devin Swan was there, and he said, "Oh, you brought more worshipers," and that's where we left off. So I'll turn it over to you three. You dropped you dropped the crocodile on the ground. It's remains motionless, and yeah, what do you do?
I would just like to clarify, Mr. Devin, I am not a worshiper. I was merely making sure this guy didn't get himself killed falling down the stairs. Good Samaritan, not the same thing.
So not a voluntary worshiper.
Hell no.
Well, we met Esteban because the three of us won a contest, or he won a contest to get here, and we met him at the captain's table on the first night of our trip. But yes, no, sir, we are not here to be any worshippers of anything, sir. Yeah, we're just helping our friend here.
Very well.
And, we have a party to get to, don't we, Orville?
Yeah, we're gonna be heading back the way we came. You have a nice day there, sir.
Oh, well, you do the same. I think before the night's out, you hopefully will change your mind.
I highly doubt that.
I
What?
would just shake Orville's arm and be like, let's go.
So you guys go back the way you came because you're going to go get ready for the ball?
Yeah, we're gonna go flee.
Okay. So that leaves Devin alone with Esteban, and he says, Esteban, you have done so well, and I'd like to let you know that we did also find to Jennifer, and so we are ready to begin.
That is just wonderful. And please pay no mind to their negativity towards this. I'm sure with time that they will come around. No one has come on this cruise just because they enjoyed their life. They will find new light, just as I have.
I am most certainly will. The unenlightened often aren't enlightened until they see the light, and I'm certain they will see the light soon. But let's take this crocodile in to see Marisamum, and we will begin. And he starts bending down to grab part of his body. Will you help me, worshiper?
Of course, other
Okay.
worshiper.
So he picks up. So you guys pick up the crocodile, and his room was adjoining that room that was that had the stadium seating. And so you guys lift up the crocodile, and you walk into the room, and there is Marisam still standing up, but her eyes are closed. And remember, she's she's 20 feet tall, and she seems to be like swaying, almost like not quite that she's losing her balance, but she just seems a little unstable. The other cultists in the room are all they're chanting something that the language doesn't seem to be known. Well, at least to you, and they just seem to be chanting, and their voices are getting louder and louder. And then when they see you guys bringing that crocodile in, they just start applauding, and so right when you guys bring it right to the center of the stage and drop it, Devin is on he hooks up his microphone, and he says again, he's like, "Worshippers, it is time," and he motions you. Esteban to kind of go take a you can sit down or stand up with the other worshipers. They're all some of them are on their knees, some of them are standing, some of them are sitting, and he motions you to join them.
All right, I'm gonna bow towards him and then go join the others. And Esteban has not in any dirty way, but he has been knocked down and on his knees for most of his life. He's gonna stand and appreciate this moment.
All right. So Devin he addresses the audience again, and he says, "Silence. Mayor Salmon will await now." And then he takes a dagger out from his robe, and he goes over to they have a man that's dressed in all white linen. He has like really tan skin. You can tell that that he looks that he probably looks Egyptian. And Devin cuts his palm and he smears it on the man. The man's being held back by two other worshipers, and he's like, "No, you," and they kind of just cover his mouth, and then he smears his palm right on his forehead, and then Devin walks over to the crocodile as well, and rubs blood all along from its snout all the way down its back. And then he jumps back with a start because the crocodile goes and it wakes up and it turns into an actual crocodile. And then at that, Marisam's eyes open and her body starts to glow more golden. And everyone's in awe as they see her wake up. She no longer is she's no longer tottering, and she says, and she starts slowly turning her head, looking around the room. And there, people are just, like again, they're aghast, they're horrified, but they're also ecstatic. And she says, "My worshippers." Do you say anything?
No, Aswan's gonna have a single tear from his right eye go down.
All right.
Yeah.
And so she says, "Worship me," and with her 20-foot long arms, or like at least 10 feet long arms, she grabs two in each hand of the ones that are nearest her, not Devin and the other three leaders, but right in the first row. And then she takes them and she, with her nails, just slices their throats right across. And she picks them up, and the blood goes right down her white robe. And and everyone else is like ecstatic. They're just get on their knees and they put their heads back and they go, "We are ready. We are ready."
Is there some type of roll I can do to see if this shocks me enough to kind of like?
I was just going to ask you that. Yeah. So.
I hope it shocks him. Jesus.
But we will get back to you.
All right.
And so the other three of you are getting ready for the ball. If you just tell me if there's something you're doing before we kind of jump to where you would go to start entering that ball. Is there something that any one of you want to do? Roger, you've been gone the longest. Is there something you're doing?
Yeah, so I think when Roger goes back to his cabin, he thinks a little bit on what Mr. Rittenberger told him last time about how he was kind of acting like a teenager and lovesick and just like not himself. And he sort of considers that. And so as he's getting ready for a shower, he has a moment of clarity. And I do have a couple of actions. So he from underneath his bed, he pulls out a large case. Or is the case still there? I guess I should ask.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he's going to take that case, and it looks like a guitar case from the outside, and he's going to go down to the gift shop.
Oh, okay.
And at the gift shop, I want to see if I can get access to the axe throwing area.
Sure. There is there's one crew member on board that's manning the gift shop. There's no one else there. It seems to be that the activity is shifting towards. There's a lot of talk as you're walking by, as people are passing, saying, we got to get ready. The ball's going to happen, and you felt like the ball was a very exclusive event, but there's quite a few people invited, as you notice as you're making over the gift shop. So that some of the other activities don't seem to be as as prevalent. They're still happening. You have the hot. It's nighttime now, or the sun is almost fully set. And there's still the hot air balloon that's haphazardly blowing around. There is, there's some people that are in the concert hall that are doing. So there's karaoke tonight. So there's some buzz about that. There's some people in the bar. So there are people that aren't going to the ball, but it's just not as active as you would think it would be on the deck. So when you get into the gift shop, you see, because you haven't been to the gift shop yet, so you see a ship that's built like the scale of the. It's obviously very small. It's a model of the ship. You see that you see that, and then you also see that on the back wall there's some old fishing utensils like that people would have, like a like there's a trident, there's a long stick that has almost like a knife at the end, that's probably about 12 feet tall. It's like hanging diagonally across the wall. There's also a chain with like a grappling hook on it, and so these are the things you see on the back wall. And then there's a spot that says axe throwing.
Is that like away from the gift shop?
It's it's like attached to the gift shop. It's like so the gift shop is like a long it's like a long rectangular room. So you have like the gift shop portion in the front, and then you have the model of the ship. So on the side wall is are those fishing kind of weapons, I guess you could say, or utensils or tools. And then the rest of and then there's like a roped off section that's like where you have a line, even though there's no one in line. That's where the axe throwing is.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and move past the attendant at the gift shop and kind of keep an eye on him to see if he like notices me or if he's just letting me walk by like nothing.
He's on his phone.
Okay, so I'll walk by him. I'll go into the axe throwing room, and then are there axes just lying around?
Yeah, they're just sitting like on a table.
And are they hand axes or just like full like?
No, hand axes. It's an axe throwing, so it's like they have 6 axes that are laying on the table.
Okay, I'm gonna pop open my case.
Okay.
And inside my case, I have like a very well crafted harpoon that he's brought on this trip because he wanted to kill a marlin with his bare hands.
Yeah.
With the harpoon. And it has kind of like that cushion in it, and it's like I mean top of the line because obviously he's rich. So I'm gonna take maybe like as many as I can fit in of those axes and just kind of throw them in there and then close the case.
Okay. And what's going on in your mind as you're doing this? What's driving you to want to get these axes?
I think I think at this moment Roger is kind of like not thinking so much and trying to not think about Svetlana, but I have a plan for this case. So
okay.
what I was going to do with the case is take it down to the room where I got into the ballroom before.
Yeah.
That little hole in the wall, and stash it in there.
Okay. So that's what you do.
And then I'll go back to my room and get ready.
Okay, so you do all of that and you go back to your room. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So the wall hasn't been repaired. It's only been an hour or so, 2 hours. So none of the crew has come down and has deemed that as an emergency to repair or anything like that.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll try and like stash it so you can't really see it if you're like walking by or whatever.
Okay.
Kind of like my little secret hideout there.
All right. And then we have Orville and Annabelle. Are you guys doing anything different other than just getting ready for the ball?
I'm gonna pull out my best cane and fill up my flask that's inside my cane. Put some cigars and a lighter in my pocket, and get ready for a good evening. Yes.
And Annabelle?
I would get ready, and then in my like little evening handbag, because a crafter is always prepared, I would have some straight knitting needles and my scissors, just in case I need them.
All right. All right.
Never know.
All right. So at 7:00, that's when the entrance to the ball opens up. That is in the same room that you have taken your meals, and we'll say like you guys eat or whatever, or actually I think you would have hors d'oeuvres or whatever at the ball. But as you walk into the the same room where you've been taking your meals, there's a line forming at the far end of that room. There's a person that's in a tuxedo that is checking invitations. By the way, when each of you got back to your rooms, there was an invitation sitting on your dresser with your first and last name, saying that this is your invitation to get into the ball. Which you may have found strange or not strange, but it was dropped off to your room. That you have.
They know where we are. They know our cabin numbers. It's totally fine.
And so you see other people also that are all dressed up to the nines, as they have their invitations in hand as well. And each one you can overhear as you're kind of in line. You can overhear them trying to tell the story of how they got invited, and the attendant in the front clearly doesn't care. He's like, "I just need your invitation," and and it's a stairway that goes down to the deck that's below. And so we'll say you three arrive pretty much at the same time. You'll be in line together.
Probably look at Roger going, "You look a little better than you did this afternoon."
Oh, I thank you, Miss Annabelle. You clean up quite well yourself.
Thank you.
And Mr. Rittenberger, how was your afternoon? I feel like I haven't seen you all in days.
Well, after you ran off, sir, we helped that young poor boy drag that alligator off that stairs and down to his meeting, and then we left him there because he's made his own choices. Well, they did invite us to become, I believe the word was worshipers, but we politely declined, and then he called us involuntary worshippers, and then we left quickly after that.
Now, what was the meaning of this crocodile?
They did not stick around
no
and
idea.
find out. But
Well,
they were wearing robes.
It
bit
sounded
concerning.
like some kind of strange, scavenger hunt around the ship. Go find the concrete crocodile. Like, I don't know. It could have been one of those weird afternoon games that these young people play these days.
Well, I'm concerned about all these people missing on the ship. Perhaps
I think they were all there.
Yes, that's what I'm wondering as well. Should we notify the captain?
I don't. Possibly, if we see the captain, but I don't even know what. The one captain, we just find him in the bar. The other captain, we've never even seen her.
Yes, I'm hoping that maybe they'll be here at this party in just a few minutes.
Oh, well, that does sound nice.
We'll say
So
you guys
where
are.
did you disappear off to?
Well, I got ready and ran a few errands. Thought a little bit about what you said about Svetlana, and yes, I feel like I'm ready for tonight.
All right.
You definitely seem much less jumpy.
Yes, I'm sorry for snapping at you earlier. It's been a weird day.
We'll say you guys are having this conversation while you were in line, and then now you're at the attendant that says your invitation.
Here you go, young man, Mr. Orville Rittenbacher.
Yes,
Rittenberger.
I thought it was Rittenberger, sir.
Rittenberger. I've already been having a schnapps this afternoon. As I unscrew my cane and have another sip.
well, sir, you can drink if you want to drink your hooch that you have. You're more than welcome. But we have plenty of alcohol downstairs.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I may take a fill up when I get down there.
So he takes each of your invitations. He doesn't ask for ID or anything like that. And you guys make your way down the stairs. And by the way, as you approach the entrance to this, you just hear a. That's what you hear as you, and then it just gets louder as you start going down these stairs. Now these stairs they go straight down, and it's they have it lit up like the same way you see in movie theaters, or at least they used to have in movie theaters, where you had those little those lights that are on the edge of each step. But that's all the light you see. And as you walk down, as you walk down these stairs, which seem like almost like a safety hazard, you have to walk down these in the dark. But then when you get to the bottom, there's a dark curtain that's pulled across a very narrow hallway, and that's where the music is just even louder, as you know that through that curtain is the ball.
Annabelle, now I haven't been to a club in a long time. Is this normal? It's darkness and loud bumping music?
The loud bumping music, yes. The safety hazard stairs, I do not know, to be honest. I don't typically
I'm gonna have to
club.
turn my hearing aids down.
Yes, it is getting louder for sure. So, are you guys making your way through the curtain?
I thought this was going to be a ball.
Yeah.
Right. So as you guys make your way through the curtain, opening up before you is this is what you see in the room. You see up above that there's three large chandeliers, and that's pretty much what's lighting the room. But those chandeliers are dimmed, and they each are providing different colors that are alternating. It's almost like almost like an epileptic's nightmare, the way that it looks with the light strobing. There is a DJ that's
An
off.
episode of Pokemon.
There's a DJ off to the side. He is wearing he is wearing a white dress shirt with suspenders, and he has slicked back hair, and he is just on there turning. He's just on there, on there, very clearly DJing. And then right in front of you are some individual tables. They look like they each seat about 4 people. They're all round. And then right past the tables is a dance floor, which is where most people seem to be at the moment. And they are all dressed, like they're going to a formal ball. But then again, this right now it's just filled with electronic music, and you see people of all ages, many of them beautiful, male or female, like as your eyes kind of adjust to the lighting. And then off to the right and the left of the room are booths. That, and they basically line the wall. And then past that, you can't see the back. It seems like it goes for a while though.
Booths like VIP booths?
Yeah, you get the idea, sort of like that, or just seating where you all crowd in around a table, like circular seat, like half circular seating, but more like plush, more I guess intimate.
I'm gonna walk up to the DJ and give him $2 that is folded up, and ask him if he could play something a little bit more genteel. Excuse me, DJ.
And he's just
DJ.
like,
Hey.
and
Wave
he's
the
like,
money in front of his face.
he takes off an ear and he's like, yes, sir.
Do you think you could play something that was maybe a little bit less thumpy and a little bit more,
Fancy?
yeah,
Melodic?
some more, melodic, some singing, some dancing, and here, maybe here's a little tip that will help, help change your mind. I give him $2.
So he looks at the money and he just looks at it weirdly, and he puts it in his pocket. He's like, your song will be next.
Thank you, sir. You're a scholar and a gentleman.
And then he goes back to putting on the headphones. And starts, and he goes back to what he was doing. Anybody else doing anything?
My goal is basically just to stick with the guys, because I'm like, this is not what was advertised. If I wanted to do grinding, I would have gone to more clubs in college.
I think what we need, Annabelle, is a nice stiff drink. Would you join me at the bar?
Yes.
Yes. Let's go. So we'll go get a drink at the bar.
All right. So at the bar, and Annabelle's not going to like this, but it is. You see at the bar is you see a man shirtless with leather pants,
No!
except he does have a bow tie on.
Annabelle, is this man the gigolo that you were telling us about earlier?
Yes! Would literally just attach herself to Roger's arm.
And
You
so
are not playing the part of male protector.
so he catches your eye first, Roger, and he's like, what do you have, sir? And then his eye goes to Annabelle. He's like, well, hello. We meet again.
Yes, and you meet my husband. Now leave me alone.
Yes, sir. She is spoken for. Please, a
Oh,
little respect, please.
that's okay. We'll see how things change. And he gives you a wink. What do you have?
Well, I'll have a water. Oh, water for Annabelle here. And
Mine. She doesn't trust this man.
And he says he's like, a water with lemon.
No. Plain.
Very well. And you, sir, looking at you, Roger.
just give me a whiskey, please. Double.
Okay. And he looks at you, Orville.
I brought my own. Thank you very much, sir.
Annabelle would be like watching like a hawk to make sure that he does not roofie the water or the whiskey.
That's okay. He doesn't break eye contact with you while he's making the drinks.
He's so uncomfortable. It's like her hold on Roger's arm is just like a stranglehold at this point.
So he passes you the whiskey. It's a double. And he gives you the water, and he says, for the lady. Slides it across.
So uncomfortable.
Now, my good man, have you seen a Svetlana?
Yes, I have. Are you Roger?
Why, yes, I am.
Oh, she's been looking for you. as
yes,
I
well,
as I have been looking for a certain someone. And he gives you a little flirtatious look, Annabelle.
Absolutely not. Just like inches closer. She's just like, this is why I don't go out.
well, could you tell me perhaps where you saw her last? Where might I find her?
She is right over there, and he points to a booth that's like on the right wall.
And is she sitting by herself, or is she with a group of people, or?
She is sitting by herself, and she is twirling a drink, a red drink. And she just looks kind of from here. It just looks like she's preoccupied, almost sad.
Annabelle, I'm a bit afraid to go over there and talk to her.
Do you want me to go with you?
Perhaps I'm a little afraid of losing control around her.
Because you're sure as hell not leaving me alone with Mr. I don't wear shirts.
Yes, then perhaps we should go. And Orville, you as well? Would you come with?
I've got nothing better to do. I'll join our little soiree.
Yes, all right. Well, I should probably go and check in with her at least. Oh. So I walk over there reluctantly.
Okay. We will come right back to you guys as we go back to Esteban. Esteban, you see this. You see Marisamum drag these 4 individuals and slice their throats and pour their blood all over her. Go ahead and make a. We're going to use charisma check to keep it simple. Because this is a rules light game. We're going to keep the charisma check to be those mental skills such as wisdom, intelligence, and I'm going to lump all those up into that just to make it a little bit more streamlined. But go ahead and make a charisma check.
I want to double check. See. Yeah, cool. I have a -2. Let's do this. All right, so it's going to be a 16 with
16.
the -2. Yeah.
Okay, you are before when you saw Marisamum, you were both horrified and also ecstatic, and at this moment, the feeling of horror actually is the prominent emotion that is the prominent feeling that you feel more than anything else.
All right. So the way I see it is, I was ecstatic because this is like a new light in my life, and now, kind of seeing her kill her own disciples horrifies me because I just found a new lease on life. I don't want to die. I am going to go use the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm so ecstatic, like, like everything feels like it's going through so fast. I'm super excited that I need to go use the bathroom. So I'm just gonna be like,
You need weak bladder.
yeah, it's I guess the way like I see it is like Esteban's face, the way it changes, like super ecstatic, and then like and then I'm like forcefully trying to make myself smile to be like, okay, everything's fine, everything's okay. I've been in kind of these situations, not really with a cult and a giant monster right in front of me, but kind of having to play it cool while in a dangerous scenario. So just kind of play it cool. I'm gonna start like getting out of the area where I was worshiping, and kind of just like shimmy my way to like the exit.
Okay, so like the exit's basically backwards toward the bunks.
Okay.
So you have to climb. You actually have to climb up. You have to walk.
Okay, so the way I'm doing this is Esteban's gonna be like still forcefully smiling. He's gonna be telling her, "Come on, everyone, get up! Like clap more!" And as I'm making my way back, I'm like getting others to like get up and start clapping harder, like basically being super enthusiastic about worshiping her while trying to get away.
Gotcha. So when you encourage, when you start doing that encouragement, there's a middle-aged woman to your left and a young man to your right who's probably in his early 20s. They look scared, and so when you start kind of like applauding and being all enthusiastic, you can tell that gives them some courage, and they go, and they just like are like. And then they willingly go forward. So you basically encourage them to go willingly, and so they walk forward, and they're not the only ones. Throughout the first few rows, there are others that are coming forward, basically to offer themselves. And so Devin on the microphone, and the other three leaders are now on the other platforms, and the platforms have risen up about 6 feet, just so that the crowd can see them. And Devin says, and he says, "Come, you will receive eternal life. You will receive eternal life as you sacrifice yourself to Marisalem. May she live forever. She needs our blood to live." And so the people that walk forward willingly are handed knives as they come forward. And the two that you saw, as I suppose you're looking back as you're kind of making your way to exit, they just look up and then they just like stab themselves right in the chest. And so Marisalem's robes just kind of move around them, and it's almost like pulling up the blood as the blood is flowing down. And the other three leaders are the other three leaders are singing a song together, and it almost sounds like the song actually sounds really kind of soothing as they sing it, and then the body of Marisalem is just glowing more gold as the blood starts pulling into her robes. Go ahead and make a dexterity check for me.
12.
12. Okay. I'd say at this point you've made it. I would say you made it halfway up, and that's when you're looking back at this. Is there anything else you're doing, or is there a certain point that you're just running, or what are you doing?
I am still slowly shimmying my way while still encouraging people, and as I turn back, I'm basically horrifiedly slow clapping with a smile on my face, though, like.
So Devin Swan locks eyes with you because he's up now 6 feet and continues. He's like, faithful, come. Now is the time for worship. Come. And he's pointing at you.
Can he hear me if I like shout or no?
You can try.
Okay.
They're singing into their speakers over because they have headsets just like Devin does. The three leaders.
I'm basically gonna like lock eyes with him and kind of like trying to convey that it is the role of the faithful to watch the others go through with it and to bring more worshipers. I will go when the last other faithful worshiper has gone. This is the role, the burden I will take.
But
I will limit myself away from eternal life now to allow the others. I will shepherd in more to see the greatness of our deity. This is the burden I will take.
I heard you say you're going to bring more worshipers. Go, brother. Go and bring worshipers.
And I'm gonna do like a kind of like a pray thing, and then just skedaddle run.
Go ahead
but I'll make it more of like I have a mission, like the kind of run where like I have a purpose, I have to go do this, not the I am scared for my life type of run. There's a difference.
All right, what you see right as you say that is Devin gives a look over to his far right, and then you see him motion to someone that just basically says, "Go." And you see a large man that's in a suit. He has an earpiece in, and he starts walking along. The outskirts of the arena, of the stadium, and starts walking up the steps as if he's gonna follow you.
Okay, I'm gonna get all the way to the door, or as close to the door as I can, and basically like turn around and stand like straight up, and like have like my hands in like the kind of like nun grasp, or I don't know, what are they called, like the prayer hands,
sure,
kind of thing. Basically kind of like waiting at the door as if like awaiting his arrival.
So you're gonna wait.
I knew he was gonna be coming along with me.
Okay. So you're waiting for the man to join you?
Basically, I'm getting as close to the door, seeing if he tries to like make any movements for me, I'm gonna book it and try closing the door on him if I can. Is it possible to close the door, or is it just an opening?
It's a door. It's like cool. It's like a double door.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you look up, it's the double doors where one is a rod that you shove up to close, and the other one is a one that's that you can lock, but it doesn't appear that you have a way to lock it.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't have a
yeah.
key or anything.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna like kind of wait there and see. I'm gonna try to judge to see if he's gonna make any movements for me or if he's gonna like follow me.
So he walks up to you and he says, "Let's go."
All right. I'm gonna ask our esteemed brother here. Brother, I heard that there is another ball happening. That there's a ball happening in the somewhere on this ship. Do you think it not wise to bring more worshippers to spread our belief even further, or would it be just fine with the two of us?
We are going to get more worshippers, and I'm going to make sure you're going to do that. And he puts a piece to a finger to his ear. You can see he has an earpiece in,
Mhm.
and then he goes, "Yes," he said, "the ball. Yes, the ball. Let's go to the ball."
Okay. um. Do I know where it is?
I'm sure we can find it.
Okay. All right. So then I'm gonna start walking to where I'm gonna like go to like the main pavilion areas where any place that seems big enough on the ship to hold a ball, basically.
So he's so he's going to take you through the. He's actually going to lead you to get because you don't know how you don't know how you got to this floor.
Yeah.
So to save time with this though, he will lead you through the labyrinth. That's how you got down here, and then you eventually arrive to the top deck of the ship, and it's from that point that the signage is clear on where the ball is. It's not a secret. It's just you need an invitation.
Oh, okay.
So, and then he says, I believe that was invitation only. I just thought of now. How are we getting in?
Well,
By the way, I'm Caleb.
Esteemed brother Caleb, you see, why do we need an invitation to join them when we are graciously offering them free salvation and eternal life in following our deity?
Well, let's go tell him that.
Okay. I'm gonna I guess walk up to the person in the line.
Okay. The person taking the invitation. So
Yeah,
when you walk up, he is talking to a woman that is she's dressed in the basic way I can describe her is well, she has in a ponytail. She has dark hair pulled down. She appears to be probably about 40, 45 years of age. Very sharp features, and she is dressed like she looks like she's about to ride a horse. That's the type of dress that she's dressed in.
In a Questarian or something.
Yeah, she looks like that. That's what she looks like, and she's talking to that. She's talking to the person that's taking the invitations. So when you walk up, he's like, invitation.
So, he's just like a regular old dude, like holding, kind of like just standing in the doorway, right? He doesn't control a button that opens and closes the door. The door is just a regular door.
He looks like a crew member because the crew members all have like uniforms on, and he looks like that. Except he looks a little bit more nicely dressed because he's attending the door of a ball.
But yeah, like my question is, this isn't like a high security kind of thing, right? Just a door and a guy like kind of like asking for invitation.
It's not even a door; it's the stairs that are going down, and he's just in front of him.
I'm gonna try to walk past him while he's like talking to this person. Kind of holding my hands and like, because I believe I still have the robes on me.
Okay.
And just gonna be confidently walking down there.
Okay, so he puts a hand to your chest. He's like, "Hey, invitation." And this isn't a costume party, but if you have an invitation, I guess that won't matter.
All right. I'm gonna turn to my esteemed brother, Caleb. Would you please enlighten this man about our deity?
I thought you were going to do the talking. You told Devin that you were going to get worshippers.
Yes, the worshippers that I will collect will be down here in this ball. While you, sir, can collect the ones that are coming to the ball still.
Okay. So, and then the man's like impatient. He's like, "Hey, do you have an invitation or not?" And then at that moment, the woman that's in the equestrian clothes says, um, "Actually, they're with me."
I'm gonna turn to her and like bow my head to her. Thank you
And
for
then
your
she,
kindness. You will be greatly rewarded.
go ahead and make a charisma check as you lock eyes with her.
I got a 1.
You got a 1.
Oh wow.
So when you lock eyes with her, you forget all of anything that any motivation or any
Right.
part of you inside of you that is thinking about this cult. And when you see her, you're transfixed by her gaze. You've never seen a woman more beautiful than her.
Okay.
The feeling you get from her looking at you is that you've never felt this way of someone looking at you before, because you feel like no one's ever really seen you before
Yeah.
and really knows you. And the look that she gives you and she looks at the attendant and says, "This one's with me." And then the way she says that, you just feel like, I belong to her.
Okay.
And with that, she kind of puts her arm in yours.
All right.
And she starts walking down, and then Caleb comes up and he tries to follow you, and the attendant does the same thing, puts a hand on his chest. He goes, "Invitation?" And that's what you hear as Caleb starts arguing with that attendant, but you are led down the stairs, and she says, "My name's Gala."
Hello, my name is Esteban.
And so she just kind of, she kind of, she kind of grabs your arm a bit more as you guys walk down into the darkness. And we will cut back to Roger there with the rest of the party.
Esteban is a fickle servant of masters. I'm just saying.
Could I say I thought Caleb was gonna be like the heavy man of this duo.
Well, I'll say this: you definitely made the creepy shirtless guy effective because you triggered my anxiety cat.
I'm sorry.
He was just doing his job.
He had a bow tie.
He had no shirt.
Did have a bow tie.
Listen, what world is it where a bow tie can't be a shirt? Come on. It covers up all the necessary parts. And an apple.
All right, Roger and crew, as you make it, go for it. You see Svetlana sitting there swirling a red drink.
All right, I guess I'll approach with my friends close by and say, "Svetlana, hello."
So she looks up, and it looks like her mascara's been running.
Yeah.
In the lighting, it looks black, the mascara like normal. But then when the lighting starts changing as the music's strobing, it almost looks red in parts underneath her eyes. And she just gives you a look, and she's like, "Roger, I didn't know if you were coming. I thought you weren't going to come, and I thought you were leaving here by myself. Roger, my love."
Yes.
4 hours.
How do I feel about this after seeing her? Do I feel like, do I have control over myself, or?
Go ahead and roll a charisma check.
One.
A 1.
Yeah!
which is actually a 2 because I have a +1 modifier.
It's okay. You feel torn. You feel emotionally torn. You see her, and those feelings come rushing back of, oh, this woman though. I haven't felt this way since I was whatever your feelings of the first time you fell in love, and you as a 53-year-old man are like, it's like that classic middle age like crisis of like, I've never felt this way in so long, and that's how you feel. You do have control over your actions. She hasn't, it's not like this hypnotized or anything. It's not like the way Esteban was with the cult. With this, it's just that you are struggling with those feelings of like that you really desire this woman. You really want to be with her, and in fact, part of you loves her.
Yes, Svetlana, it was a long night. I'm not quite sure what happened last night, but I was worried about you. There's been a rash of missing guests. I'm sure you've heard. I was afraid that you might have been missing as well.
I was afraid that you were missing. And she stands up and comes around the table and grabs both your arms.
Annabelle's just like, I'm letting go.
And then Orville, you feel a little like tap 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 on your shoulder right at that same time as Svetlana comes around.
Yes.
And then you see Wilma there, the attractive older lady that you met yesterday, and she says, "You made it.
I did.
Care for a dance?"
Oh, honey, why not?
Yeah. And then at that point, the song has now ended, the song that was playing, and then you had asked for something more melodic, and Cher's "Do You Believe in Life After Love" comes on.
Oh, God.
Do you believe in love after love? The remix or the original one, right?
The first one that came in your head that everyone knows, that's the one. So we have a few different conversations going on here now. We'll jump back quickly to Svetlana and Roger.
Yes, well, Svetlana, I've learned many distressing things about this ship. Do you know the crew? Do you know the captain? The people who are running this ship?
I know Captain Oliva.
Captain Oliva?
She's the night captain.
Oh, I thought it was Evangelique or Event.
Oh, that's her first name. Yeah, her last name's Verdalek, but I know her intimately.
Yes, well, could you get me an introduction? Perhaps I could bring my concerns to her. The captain, the day captain, is always asleep in the bar. He's a lush. Man has 3 sheets to the wind at all hours of the day.
Well, what about the ball? Don't you want? Let's have a good time, Roger.
Well, yes, but Svetlana, there are people missing. Don't you have any concern about those people?
I really have only been concerned about seeing you, Roger. That's all I've been thinking about.
And that doesn't I think doesn't sit well with Roger. And he's like, well, yes, I was concerned about you too, but really, I must insist that if you know the captain, I would love to speak to her.
Okay. She kind of looks down, like it looks a little sad at that. She's like, well, I'll go with you.
Yes, please.
We'll be together?
Yes, of course. Please come with me.
Okay. And she kind of grabs your arm. We go now?
Is either of them with me? Is Annabelle still with me, or is she?
I'm literally just standing here going like, I'm about to be abandoned and fed to the wolves.
Annabelle, please, would you care to join us?
God, yes. Please don't leave me here by myself.
And I'll kind of like nod at Svetlana, like this is who I'm bringing with me.
Okay.
She
Okay.
also thinks that she's like, this is insane. No one falls in love in 24 hours. It's like her internal dialogue.
Why are we bringing?
Leaving?
No, Svetlana's like, why are we bringing her? We're not going to be alone.
Well, she is my friend, and she's had concerns about the safety of the ship as well. Yes.
Do you love her?
Good heavens, no.
I'm going to stop you right there, lady. I have known this man for a total of like 2 days, and no one in their right mind falls in love in 2 days, except for Disney princesses and people in fairy tales.
Well, call me stupid, but I think, and she grabs your arms again, she looks you in the eyes, she says, I think I am in a fairy tale. And again, Roger, you do feel all of that passion for her at the same time.
Yes, my dear. And I'll give her like a hug and kind of look at Annabelle and I'll be like, but she is being pursued by a gigolo. Could you please let's she should come with us, I think.
Very well. And then so you guys turn to walk towards the where you came in.
Yeah, wherever she leads us, I guess.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's the
captain, right?
That's the entrance up. And as you turn to do that way, we'll get to Orville right now in a second. You see Esteban walking down in his red robe with an attractive woman that looks like she's like she's dressed to about to ride a horse. Orville, what are you? So you guys are dancing with Wilma?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing the Charleston, because that's what I know.
Yeah, and she seems
Charleston's
to.
more knees.
She seems
I know,
to just.
I'm moving my knees right now.
She seems to just grab her dress and kind of just sway it back and forth. Like she's not. You guys definitely aren't dancing like the modern hip style at all. Neither is she. And as you look around, you see as you look around the people that are around you, you see that with one person's in a nightgown. There's another person that's wearing like an old smoking jacket. There's one person that's he has 20 belts that are around him, all around him in all different ways. And then there is someone that looks straight up like Bela Lugosi, Dracula, walking around as well.
Can I just say that the guy at the door told me that this wasn't a costume party when everybody looks like they're wearing a goddamn costume?
Annabelle would have you know, Esteban, that she's wearing a fabulous cocktail dress.
There's one person that's walking around that's wearing a snake. There's another one that's clearly a white man, but long dreadlocks. And
Okay. Quick question. When you say he's wearing a snake, what kind of snake are we talking about? Is it like multiple snakes or
one snake? And it looks to be like.
Does he have clothes on, or is
he
it
has
just
clothes
a
on.
snake?
He has
Like a
clothes
big
on.
boa.
He has clothes on. He's dancing with a woman that's holding a martini in one hand, and it's still nervously dancing away from him as he has the snake, but still trying to be close to him. But that's what that's what you see dancing around you as you get a closer look at the people. But you also see a lot of normal people that are dressed sort of like Annabelle, that brought out their best to go to a ball. You see that as well, and they seem to be paired up with someone. Everyone seems to be paired up with someone. You notice that it's you don't see groups dancing together. Everyone's a couple. Everyone's dancing with someone else. It's not like you have a group of college girls that are just dancing together. Everyone is with, and you have some that are like a woman with another woman that are dancing together, and some that's a man with another man. But everyone's paired with a partner.
Annabelle is the odd woman out.
Someone for you, Annabelle.
No.
Willa, do you know
Yes,
many
dear.
people on this ship?
Oh, I know a few. I know Svetlana.
You know Svetlana, yes. How about that man over there with all the belts on?
Oh, that man. Oh, he's harmless.
You know him?
Yeah, I know him. It's Andre.
And Andre, huh? And what's up with the belts?
It's just he went on a trip and he came back, and apparently he fell in love with that culture's belts. I don't know. He does kind of his own thing.
Huh, I see. And this is your first trip on this ship, yes?
It's maiden voyage, yes.
But how come you know so many? I don't know anybody on this ship. I met a couple of friends, but how come you know Svetlana and Andre and a couple other people?
We're part of she starts swaying, dancing. So we're part of a group, like one of those painting groups.
What groups?
One of those painting groups. We go travel different places and paint.
Oh, and you paint? Do you like oil colors or watercolors?
Yeah, well, mainly watercolors.
Oh, that's very nice. I like paintings. Do you have any of your paintings on this ship?
Oh, I have some in my room. When do you want to see?
Oh, yeah. Maybe later. Do I notice them leaving at all or meeting up with Esteban?
I'm gonna say you do. I'd say you would. I mean, they are the only people you know, and so you would see them. Yeah.
Okay. Willa, can we hang on a second? My friends and Svetlana seem to be leaving. Let's can we go over and check out what they're doing?
Sure. You don't want to finish dancing to the song? The DJ put it on for you.
I know, but I have to confess, I'm a bit tired. I'm an old man. I'm an old man, Willa, and dancing for more than a couple of minutes is tiresome. At best.
Very well. I'll go with you. And she grabs underneath your arm.
Well, let's head over then.
All right. All right. So you guys see Esteban walking into the party with Gala.
Gail's just literally just gonna look at him and be like, Esteban, did you escape your cult?
What?
I said, did you escape your cult?
Cult? What do you
Have you been
it's
drinking?
like no, it's like I've been kind of like I turned slowly to, and I'm slowly turning back to this beautiful maiden in front of me, and kind of like swooning over her.
Good Lord, he's acting as punch drunk as Roger.
Hey now.
Right.
Well, Mr. Esteban, who was your friend here?
To be honest, I'm I don't really know. I'm sorry, I forgot to ask for a name.
Oh, dear, my name's Kala.
Gala. That is a beautiful sounding name.
Where are we all headed?
Well, we were looking for the captain.
Oh, Captain Eleva Verdelik?
Yes.
Oh, Svetlana, I keep saying her first name. It's not proper. I'm sure she would like to just be called Captain.
Well, Miss Scala, and we all had a concern about some missing persons on the ship, and yes, I feel, Mr. Esteban, if you would like to come with us and speak to the captain of the ship, perhaps we could get to the bottom of these missing people.
Am I just like completely enthralled by Gala or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, wherever Gala goes, I go.
So Gala says, well, we've only just met, but I thought we were going to have a fun time at the ball, but we have forever. Let's go.
Esteban, I'm gonna try to take Esteban to the side. Esteban.
Huh?
Esteban?
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened with your crocodile?
The crocodile? Yeah. That matters. You know, it's all good.
Yeah. What happened with your crocodile? That man wanted us to be worshippers, and now you're here with this lady. What have you been doing, sir?
Do I not remember anything about the cult and stuff?
No, you remember all of it. It's just that you are no longer have any. They just don't care as much. You care about this woman.
Oh yeah, no. I took the crocodile back. You know, they thanked me, and the ceremony started, and you know, people ended up dying. Some weird god thing was revived of some sorts, and you know, me and my associate Caleb came by, and we were gonna try to bring more people to go back. Well, honestly, it was just an excuse for me to get away because that thing was goddamn horrifying. But you know what? If I hadn't done any of that today, I would have never met Gala.
I'm gonna take
Were
Annabelle.
Roger and Annabelle there to hear this, or was it just?
Yeah.
No, you guys were all together walking toward the exit, which is the curtain that separates the room from the stairs.
Did you guys hear that?
He just said people ended up dying,
Yes.
and he's acting like it's no big deal.
Esteban, how many people died?
Well, it kind of all started as right after you guys kind of left. This weird, giant, horrifying thing started with like multiple arms, started moving, talking, grabbed a couple people, slit their throats, and then people just started lining up and stabbing themselves in the heart.
And you don't see a problem with this, Esteban?
As far as I know, the only problem I have is not taking Gala out to a date.
So you guys are making your way to the curtains, and then you see Gala motion to someone, and they run up, and she says, "Quickly, my dear," speaking to you, Esteban.
Mm-hmm.
Was all this a dream? These events happened?
Wait, so are we still going up the stairs?
We're walking. You're about at the curtain.
So Gala cares now, is what you're telling us.
Yeah.
Well, she's
Wants to make sure that she heard right.
yeah, she's trying to make sure. Yeah.
Well, my dear, why would I ever lie to you? And you were there with me when I was coming to the ball. My associate Caleb was there with me. Don't you remember?
And then so she turns to the person next to her, and he's dressed in a turtleneck and a nice suit, and she whispers something to him, and he runs off, and you hear something about the name Count Rathius, and then he runs off.
I'm gonna turn to Svetlana real quick and be like, Svetlana, what is happening?
And she's nervously looking at you and looking at Gala. She's like, I'm not certain. That is disconcerting if there's people that are dying on this ship.
Well, you didn't seem too concerned when I brought it up earlier. Now, why is it suddenly an issue now?
Are we going to go see the captain? Is that? Or are we going to stay here?
Well, yes. Let's go. Yes.
Well,
shall we all?
I didn't know people were stabbing themselves in the heart. If your friend here is telling the truth.
Yes. Well, friends, and I'll nod at at least these two, Orville and Annabelle. I'll be like, let's go see the captain.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Let us. I think we need to be hurrying, sir.
Okay. All right. So when you walk, you guys get up to the stairs. The room is quiet. The banquet hall. You notice off to your right that the attendant has been clearly shot in the head, and the room has been cleared. There's no one in the room, and there's commotion that you can hear from the doors that are leading far into the room. Is where the doors are leading to the outside. Again, this is the room that's blanketed all throughout with a starry ceiling, and you can hear there's some type of commotion that's happening outside.
So
The
is
guy
this,
who took our tickets?
Huh?
The guy who took our tickets?
He is laying with a bullet shot in the head off to the side.
Annabelle is just grabbed Roger's arm. That is a dead man.
Oh dear, this is right outside
That is a
the
dead
ball.
man.
This is right when you guys got up the stairs to get back to the banquet hall. Yeah.
And where's the commotion coming from then?
From outside. The doors lead right
on
out
the
to
deck?
right out to the deck. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my, should we call a paramedic or?
He's been shot in the head. It's a little late for a paramedic.
Well, yes, but are there any sort of police or anybody aboard this ship that can do anything?
The captain is in charge at sea.
Quick question though. Is it really bloody on the ground, or
Yeah.
is there no blood? Okay.
It's just shot in the head. He's bleeding out.
Okay.
Head wounds kind of turn the back of your head into a giant hole.
So
Yeah,
Gala just says, she's like, oh my god, but we need to see what's going on. And she starts walking. She actually lets go of your arm. She lets go of your arm, Esteban. She starts walking quickly right through the room. And Svetlana's like, Gala, wait. Roger, let's go.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Okay.
I'm gonna look around. It's I wonder where Caleb went to.
I'm gonna pull the tip off of my cane, which conceals a small little pokey blade.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Are you guys running? So you guys are walking out of the room?
Actually, I'm
Annabelle
gonna
is
look.
not
I'm gonna
ashamed to
check.
say she will jog.
So you guys make your way across the banquet hall, and then when you step outside, it's nighttime. The deck's well lit; it's lit up, but there doesn't appear to be anyone that's there doesn't appear to be anyone doing any cruise activity. You see people running down to the stairs, like this if they're going back to their rooms, and then you see across the deck there are three men that have pistols, and they have them pointing at a group of passengers as they are saying, get down the stairs. And Esteban, they're leading you down the stairs that you came up with, Caleb. And Caleb is one of the men, as they are, Esteban, you remember now. I mean, you didn't forget, but they are clearly gathering worshipers.
Oh, I was like, oh yeah. So I guess they take a more serious approach to gathering worshipers.
Wait, so they're ushering these people down to be murdered, and you're just being nonchalant about it? You crazy! Grabs him by the front of his robes and starts shaking him.
Hey, as long as it's not me or Gala, I don't really care.
Oh, good grief.
So Gala turns to you. She says, so there is a cult on board that's murdering people.
A cult on board that has been able to smuggle an entire deity. Yes.
What deity is this?
I might have a hard time remembering the name. If we go ask Caleb, he'll be able to remember.
Oh yeah, let's go talk to the guy with the gun.
Yeah, that sounds like a bad idea, my friends.
Do I remember the name of the deity or?
Yeah. The name's Marisaman.
Like let's see. It was it was Marisalam. And I was right. That was a real crocodile.
Okay, Orville, you're an archaeologist. Have you ever heard of this crazy god?
Marisalam, some sort of Egyptian goddess, I believe.
Yeah, it's Marisaman, M-U-N.
Marisaman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Egyptian goddess. Yeah, that's what I know.
You just know that she was a singer for the gods. It's like you just have a gist that it was, you don't know the whole story, but she's related somehow to the Egyptian deities.
Yeah, she's some sort of Egyptian deity. Now, did you say that she killed somebody like her mummy?
How tall was this? Was this like a 2-story tall?
She's 20 feet. She's 20 feet tall.
And she had like 4 arms, right?
No, she has 2 arms and 2 legs.
But they're like multi-jointed.
It's all multi-jointed. They basically joined a bunch of bodies.
But she has like 20 elbows or something.
Yeah, well, she has all these odd ends as they put all these body parts together.
If I remember correctly, there was this guy. Was it Jennifer?
Yeah, to Jennifer. Yeah.
It was Jennifer and the crocodile. What happened was, if I remember correctly, one of the members cut their arm and smeared blood on their face and on the crocodile's face. And then Marisaman, this 20-foot tall, was she all black? Like
she's wearing white linen and her skin is all gold.
Okay, all gold and white linen. This 20-foot tall, all gold creature with white linen robes. They had like arms. Imagine if like your arm had like 20 elbows along it. It was like that long. They ended up grabbing the nearest people, and with her fingernail, she slit their throats, and their blood was being absorbed into the linen or something. Like she was decorating her clothes with blood.
So Gala says, she's like, it sounds like you might have been if it's a cult, they maybe have given you strange drugs. But if there's people that are murdering people on the ship, I gotta go. I gotta go back down. And then Svetlana turns to you, Roger. She's like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Roger, I don't want to leave you.
Yes. Come with me. I've got a stash somewhere, a couple weapons that we could protect ourselves with.
We need to get someone in charge. As an adult, I need an adult-tier adult.
So Gala says, so she says, I'm going to the one in charge, and then she leaves. I don't know if Esteban, if you want to go with her or.
Oh, of course.
Okay, so you're just gonna follow her like a puffy dog.
Oh yeah.
If she's going to the one in charge, I say we follow her.
Roger, are you gonna split off with Svetlana to your stash?
I don't think so. No, I'll probably go with these guys.
Okay.
She's like, if all else fails, I vote we hole up in a room somewhere and bar the door.
All right, so she leads you back down to the like back down the stairs to the ball. The party's still kicking. There's still going on, and if you notice off to the sides of you're looking around, because I'm sure you guys aren't looking at a party anymore. Like this whole effect of a ball has been ruined. You can see that there is activity along the sides of probably about 4 to 5 individuals that are talking and running around, and they seem to be headed toward the very back end of this room. And that's where Gala is like rushing with Esteban kind of following behind her. Are you guys trying to keep pace with her?
I think so. Yes. Let's follow quickly.
Well, here's my question that I have, guys, as we like rush after this woman. If she's going to the one in charge, which I assume is the captain, why the hell did we leave this ballroom and they not take us to the captain in the back in the first place?
I did hear them mention something about a baron.
Oh Lord.
So she starts heading back to the back, and then the ball, like the room changes as you get toward the back. It's no longer when you leave the last chandelier and it's not lit with those multicolors that's shining down the chandelier. It's total blackness, except there is a path that's lit up to make it look like an old woodland path. That's what it looks like on the ground, and it's lit up by candles every few feet. And this path leads back, and you hear it's clearly over intercoms the sounds of like wolves and Halloween sounds, like oh, and then chains rattling. And as you get toward the back, there is a castle that is sitting in front of you. The upper floor, you can tell, is I can't pronounce the word. It's a painting that looks like it's real, 3-dimensional as you look into it. That's what the upper floor looks like. But there is a drawbridge that is leading into a castle that is very clearly has been constructed inside this room. It looks to be, if you on closer examination, it's going to be constructed with modern materials, but it's made to look like an old castle. And Gala is just running across that drawbridge.
Now, Jonathan, where I stashed the weapons, they were in this room, right?
Yes. So it was off the, because you entered when it was all lit up. And this, you notice is that where that chandelier, that light of that ends, right underneath that chandelier off to the left is a dark part of the room. Almost like a storage area where some tables are stacked up and some chairs. And it was behind that was where your room was.
Okay. So I'll tug on Svetlana as they make their way toward the castle. And I'll be like, come with me. Come with me.
Okay.
I have something to show you.
All right. And then are you guys following Gala?
Hey, where are you guys going?
I'll be right back.
What?
Maybe we shouldn't go into the creepy funhouse castle that's been built inside of a ship that also houses a cult, because all of this screams red flag. Maybe we should just wait for Roger.
I happen to agree, Roger. I do not think we should break up. I think we should come with you wherever you're going. But
Roger's gone at that point.
Oh, Lord.
Are you guys going to follow?
Let's just wait here until Roger gets back, because that looks like someone would be murdered.
I'm gonna take another swig out of my cake.
All right.
I'm really glad I did not have the martini I originally intended on ordering before the creep was at the bar.
You guys see you see walk by you a man with a that's dressed he's dressed in it looks like he's dressed in an 1800s suit, and walking next to him is a lady in a cocktail dress, like a party dress. And the paths kind of the paths of this like woodland path like shift off in different directions. This is the path that you followed because Gala was running down this way, and there seems to be like a quiet sitting area over down the other path, and then he sits down with her. They're very clearly trying to find a secluded spot together. So this is just what's happening as you're waiting there. Let's go to Esteban because you're just following Gala, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
So Roger, you go safely to get your stash. Svetlana's like when she gets there, the alarm kind of is when you guys get to your spot alone. She goes, "Roger, we're finally alone."
Yes, I know, my dear, but please, there's some danger on this ship. We need to stay focused.
Well, surely just a kiss.
Well, is the hole right there where I can see the?
Yeah, you guys are in front of the hole. Yeah, you guys are in that stairwell in front of the hole.
And I'll say, yes, just a minute, and then I'll scramble in there and find my case if it's in there.
Okay.
So I'll pull out my case, and then I'll turn to give her a kiss.
Okay. She gives you a long, passionate kiss, and when you're done, you realize that maybe it was a little too passionately because the bottom of your lip is bleeding a little bit.
Oh, Svetlana.
Oh, sorry about that, dear. And she puts her hand to your lips. I can't wait till we can be more alone later. After all this has passed.
Yes. About that, and I'll kind of like usher her, like I'll take her arm, and we're gonna head toward the castle. But as we're walking there, I'll be like, I woke up with these I believe they were bite marks. What happened last night?
Oh, we got a little excited. It was
Yes.
wild. It was I've never made love like that before.
I can't remember a thing. I don't remember anything waking up this morning.
Oh, I didn't know I had that effect on a man.
And then he'll kind of like laugh nervously and then hustle over to where they're waiting for us, I guess.
Okay, Esteban's already in the castle with Gala, and Esteban, when you get in, there's a large dinner table, clearly oversized and seems to be useless to have in this room.
Yeah.
But it looks like the banquet hall of a castle, like a dinner room of a castle. And
Okay.
there, seated at the end, drinking out of the reddest wine you've ever seen, is a man that's he looks like, the best way to describe him is he looks like an oil painting. That's what he looks like, and he his suits are is impeccable. The suit that he's wearing is
Okay.
impeccable.
I was sort of hoping you were gonna say that it's a guy that's shirtless with a bow tie. No, okay. So he looks like so it looks like he
This is,
literally
like,
walked out of a
triggering me.
painting with a full suit and everything.
That's what it looks like. Yeah, that's
okay.
the way that he looks, and he's just sipping on this red wine, and then Gala's running right up to him, and you can hear her say to him, she's like, "Hey, we have this. This is not the way this cruise is supposed to go, Rathius. There's people that are murdering other people." And then she turns and sees you coming, and then she yells at you. She goes, "Stop!" To you, Esteban. Go ahead and make another charisma check.
All right. 10.
10. So you stop in your like right in your tracks, and you're good 15 feet away from them.
Yeah.
But what that does is you're actually not in full earshot of everything she is saying to him.
Yeah.
You do get the gist of you basically get this is that this is the gist that you get is that how did they make it on our ship? If anyone's going to die, it's not going to be from them. It's going to be from us. That's what you hear, and
Okay.
And then she says his name's Ratharius is his name, and then she says, "Count, what are we going to do?" And then he stands up and he says, "Well, Gala, you've been with me for centuries. Now is the time to fight." And she goes immediately to this glass case that's across the room, and out of it she pulls 2 swords, and then she is getting ready to leave. And then at that moment, the rest of you come in behind him, as you see Esteban just stopping there he's like basically at the head of the table, and 15 feet away at the other end of the table is. Or even further away, actually, would be Count. His name's Count Ratharius.
Esteban, what is going on in here?
Can I talk or no?
Yeah, you can talk. Yeah, she
Okay.
just stopped you from moving.
Okay. So I can I even turn my head?
Yeah, no, you can move now. Yeah, she
Okay.
left. In fact, when you guys walk up, you see Gala run past you with 2 swords.
Well, you see, what's happening now is some men's greatest wishes. We will fight to die for the ones we love.
Oh, bullshit. I'm not dying for anybody.
Esteban, what are you talking about?
Oh, I do like remember everything I heard the gist of, right?
Yeah.
And am I still like entranced as well?
No,
Like,
Gala
no.
left. Gala was the one that
Oh,
did that
okay,
to basically stop you from running up on her and the Count.
Oh, okay. So like so I'm not like entirely entranced by her as I was before now?
She has left. I'd say at this point she is not in the play in your head at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then as I turn to them and say that, I kind of have like a little bit of realization. Is there a chair nearby or is it just a table?
There's several chairs. Yeah, they're all lining the table.
I'm gonna like pull one out and just like sit down and like breathe heavily as like I don't know I have no idea exactly what's going on, but apparently we were supposed to be killed by them, not by the cult I was with. Something very suspicious is happening, and now it looks like the two sides that want to kill us are about to kill each other, or something along those lines.
I'm gonna poke my cane at Svetlana and said, Svetlana, I think you have some explaining to do.
Wait, give me a quick.
Oh,
Do we? I wanna ask.
you need a boat pun? You need a boat pun?
No. I wanna ask out of character. Are there like vampire stories in this world, or no?
Yeah, you got this is the modern world. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm gonna. So are we talking about Castlevania and everything? Like that's all. Like
Absolutely.
Okay,
I love
so
it.
I'm gonna like sit down and look around. I guess as while he's like poking Svetlana. Is there like a painting of that of like the guy of Rappian that was here? Is it
No.
like at that? Okay,
No.
so there's no big painting.
On the there are two looks to be doors to adjoining rooms to this room, and then there are some stairs that lead up to a wall that is painted to look like the stairs continue up to a second floor that does not exist. It's the wall. It's the back end of it's the back wall of this room.
But it all looks like Gothic interior and stuff like that, right? Okay. So bread and wine, somehow mind controlling ish powers, and this is like what I'm muttering to myself. And Count, Gothic architecture. Are these vampires? Are vampires real? First, if the cult's real, the vampires can be real. Why can't there be both? Like, what the hell is going on?
So as you say that, I'd imagine you sit down. I'm thinking you're sitting right at the chair.
Oh yeah,
the chair nearest
the
chair nearest you is the head of the table. Across the table is the Count, and so as you're saying this and you guys are talking, he's just sitting there kind of amused. And then when you come to this realization, you see him, and then blip, and then he's standing right next to you.
Jesus Christ.
And then Svetlana grabs you, Roger, and then pulls you. And go ahead and make a strength check, Roger.
18.
18. So you see her come like she's like she's leaning to give you a kiss, and then you see her try to go right for your neck. As you with your 18, you kind of shut like you're holding on to her. Esteban, go ahead and make a dexterity check.
All right. Ooh, that's gonna be an 18.
All right. So you see the Count as he looks at you and he goes, "Yes, vampire." And he goes like this to go right toward you, and then with your 18, you fall back in the chair on your back. And then Annabelle and Orville, what do you want to do? You see this happening in front of you.
I'm poking her now with my
Annabelle would also like to stab Svetlana. I vote with one of my knitting needles. Going right for an eyeball.
All right, go for it.
I'm gonna poke her with my cane.
Okay, both of you make dexterity checks. Go ahead and roll that. Orville, roll it too as well. What'd you get, Orville?
I got a 3.
You got a 3. So you go to stab her.
I got a 4 with my -1.
You go to stab her. So Roger is holding her like face back, and then she sees this, and with surprising quickness, she ducks, and you just stab right across Roger's face. You don't stab Roger, but it goes right across his face. And then go ahead and roll, Stephanie.
An 18 with my +1, which gives me a 19.
Nice. So go ahead and roll a d4 and add +1.
Hold on, I gotta find it. Sorry, I'm dropping everything. I am the klutziest human. That would be a 6.
Oh, nice. So she shrieks out in pain, and then as she jumps away from you, Roger, and then she looks like a wounded animal. And her fangs are out, and she's like,
I have a knitting needle in her eyeball.
Well, you have it right in her side. As she dodged this way, and she got stabbed in the side, and she jumps back, and she's like, like that, and then the Count
I would grab Roger's arm and like yank him over to us. I'm like, no.
And then the Count is the Count turns to, he's distracted by just what happened. He turns and looks at what's going on. Esteban, what do you want to do now that you're on the ground? What are you trying to do?
All right. I don't know if it's because maybe this is like the second or third time that Esfan's almost died or seen death on this trip, but he's kind of like desensitized to having his life in danger at this point, and he's just gonna like slow, like I'm on the ground, right? Like I am like
You're
prone on my back.
you went backwards with the chair right on the ground. He just puts his arm out like this as you were looking at him, and he's still turning to see. Just this is all in seconds. He just saw what's happening with Svetlana. And Roger, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna. Is Svetlana off of me?
She's off of you, yeah.
I'm gonna drop my case and fling it open.
Okay.
And you guys see a bunch of like hand axes tumble out of my case with like with a nice like silver harpoon in there as well. So I'll grab
Everyone arm yourself.
and I'll grab a couple axes and like hand them to Annabelle and Orville.
Okay. And then so the Count turns to he turns to you and he sees you guys armed and he goes, "Oh, Svetlana, come here, dear." And she kind of goes, and then she backs, and she closes her mouth, and she's a tear comes down her face, and it's clearly blood as it comes down her face, and she's like, "Roger, I loved you." And then she joins the Count next to him, and then he looks at you four.
Does she do the blink thing, or does she just move over?
She's as she's walking over, she looks like she's gliding.
So she doesn't like but she doesn't like do the
No, but she definitely looks like she's very quick on her feet and just like she almost glides over. And then as he has her next to her, he's looking at you four standing there with axes, a sewing needle, a harpoon, and then he looks at all of you as you're geared up, and he's like, "This would be the time to run."
Roger knows a secret way out, though.
Can we do like a little Scooby-Doo thing where we're just kind of like going from door to door?
Well, so what are the four you want to do? That's.
I think Roger would take the cue and let's go. Let's get out of here.
Grabs and drags towards secret hidden exit, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as we're leaving, I'm going to be like, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to make an exit. I saw a boat earlier.
How long until dawn?
Yeah. Well, Orville, go on with that. What'd you say, Orville?
I said I found a boat earlier. Remember the storage room with the alligator? There was a boat with emergency supplies.
Yes, let's get the fuck
Let's
out
get down there. Yes. Through this hole in the wall that I found. Come with me.
So you guys run down the nicely lit woodland path, and as you run down it now, you see that there's a fake mist machine that's making mist all throughout it.
Okay. So sorry.
And then when you get to the end of the woodland path, the party's still like it seems like it's still going. You still got several couples, which by this point you've realized are vampires and their invited guests. And right in the middle of the floor, the floor explodes. These splinters go everywhere, and you see two large hands that are grabbing the floor. And up being pulled through as at first you see it looks like with the light strobing, it's shining off of this face that seems to be glowing in all directions. Esteban, you know it's clearly that it's the face of Marisaman. She is bright gold as she pulls herself up on the dance floor, and she gets just her elbows up, her long dangly elbows, and she starts grabbing. She grabs the two nearest ones that are right near her. One of them is the man with all the belts on, and she just pulls him and starts clawing, biting off his head, and then she starts going.
Andre? Not Andre.
Yeah, and
Andre.
she takes her hands and she's like with this on her lips, and she's like, "Eternal blood. It's eternal blood."
God, these bitches are so screwed.
What do you guys want to do? Yeah, you guys. The hole in the wall's off to the right, which is Roger knows. So what do you guys want to do?
I wanted to say as probably we were running away. I wanted to scream over my shoulder, "Have fun fighting a demigod from the Egyptian what are they? Pantheon." Yeah.
Orville's in a little bit of shock. He has never discovered anything important in his whole life, and now he's watching a golden deity rise from the ground, and This is the discovery of a century, of
I'm
a
gonna,
lifetime.
I'm gonna
Annabelle is
pat
like, I
him on
am
the back.
29 years old. I am too young to die. Roger, get us the fuck
Well,
out of here.
I would say, I mean, you guys react how you think your character would react, but clearly you're seeing this thing that should not exist rising from the floor. You just saw vampires. I imagine all of you would be scared shitless. I know Esteban's been through a lot, but even so, this is still horrifying.
Oh
So-
yeah, no. At this point, Esteban's just been desensitized. He's kind of like going on instinct. That's what's moving his body. But
Okay.
at the same time, he's kind of like taking this all in as in he thought he found new purpose in life. Turned out that purpose was war to worship his deity, and then trying to survive because hey, I feel a lot better about myself now. And then realizing, oh, this cruise is about finding people to kill because there's vampires now. And it's just kind of like a whole Saturday cartoon kind of thing that's happening right now. So
Gotcha.
Esteban's just gonna kind of like pat Orville in the back, and it's like, look at that. The thing you were studying and thought was fake is real.
Roger.
I'm like a human. This just reminds me of working New Year's Eve at Disney World.
Roger, I'm going to kind of make you the de facto leader of this group right now because only you know where you're leading them to get out of this room.
Yeah, I think Roger's pretty scared at this point, so I'm just gonna try and cut around the big hole that was broken through the floor and try and get to the wall with the hole in it.
Well, that hole happened right in the middle of the dance floor. That's ahead of you. Yeah.
Okay, so we have not gotten to the danger zone.
No, you guys were
We
on
can
the
avoid the danger zone.
you were on the woodland path when this happened. You can see the dance floor, and you can clearly see Marisama, and you can't miss her. So
can I get to that hole in the wall without passing close by?
yes, because the woodland, right where the woodland path starts, that's where you would go off to the right to get to your hole. That's where you went earlier.
Okay, yeah, let's head that way.
All right.
Yeah, Annabelle is gonna grab Orville's hand, and she's gonna be like, grab Esteban, and she like drags them after Hunter.
All
At
right.
this point, Esteban's just wondering who would actually win in a fight between like a demigod and vampires.
We have more important things to worry about right now.
So as you guys make your way to the hole in the wall, you see just if anybody's taking a glance backward to see what's happening, you see Gala just jump into the air like higher than anyone should ever be able to jump, and she has her two swords, and she's just ferociously attacking Marisaman. And that's what's going on behind you as she's making war with this thing.
Okay.
I'm being pulled, but I'm just kind of like,
Yeah. Good question though. Who has the harpoon and who has the hatches?
I definitely have the harpoon. That one's mine. But I would
Yeah.
give you guys all the axes. I would have passed out axes. Yeah.
All right, how many axes did you collect?
I don't know, GM. How many? Like 3 or 4?
Yeah, you have enough to give to one to everybody. That's what you that's what you said your intent
I
was.
have my spear, my cane that has
Yeah.
a little tip on it.
Yeah.
So you can
I'm
have
happy
2.
with that.
You can
I
have 2
also have a
Esteban.
very large pair of scissors in my purse.
All right, so then I'm gonna have 2 axes myself.
That's fine.
So you guys make your way through the hole in the wall. When you get to this leads to the stairwell, which is only one flight above the storage room.
Now, where was that storage room? Orville?
Well, it seems like this is the same stairwell we were on. I would assume it's one more down, right? Is
Yeah,
it
'cause
broken into this wall?
Yeah, because Roger
Yes,
went up
'cause
one
my
step.
cabin is
Yeah.
one floor down. The
Uh,
storeroom was on the same floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
I would like to remind you guys that there are gunmen on this ship, and I don't think a harpoon and 4 axes and scissors can do much.
I think the gunman might be a little distracted by the fact that there is literal monsters fighting on board.
Well, I think the gunmen are backing up one of those monsters, so they actually have some priorities.
Yeah, but weren't
Wait.
the gunmen also on the top deck?
Yeah, do we hear anything in this hallway?
Everything is completely quiet other than the tss, tss, tss happening behind you because that music's still running.
Okay.
Okay.
I say we just got to go down one level. Come on, everybody.
Let's go.
All right, so you guys get down to the bottom. There's the storage door.
Is it still open and unlocked? Can we get in it?
You try the handle, and it does appear to be locked.
Anybody got a key?
Well, we've got some axes.
You guys have hatchets.
Is this a wood door?
Huh?
Esteban.
Wait. I always wanted to say this. I'm gonna start hitting the door and say, "Here's Johnny."
Oh Lord.
So you,
Adam's face.
So yes, the door is locked, but you guys all chopping at it, taking turns?
Was it wood or was it metal?
It's wood. It's wood.
Okay, then
Yeah.
why not just
Chop
chop
It's a
down?
storage door. It's not a high security like metal door or anything like that. It's a storage door. Oh, so you guys take turns chopping it, and you notice that every time you chop, those sounds reverberate up the hallway. But nothing seems to be coming. It seems to be completely quiet on the rest of this ship, from at least where you're standing. Other than faintly, you hear as you're chopping, you hear the, and then it abruptly stops. The music abruptly stops upstairs as well.
We need to hurry here.
Okay, I have a logistical question that we probably should have thought of earlier. We're down in third class. How the hell are we going to get this boat out?
You guys open the door. You chop down the door and you kick it in there. You guys know where the light is already, and you know where the crate is. And so, and actually, Adam, you did bring this up last time. You said, "How do you get these things through a door like that?" Boats like these, they also can be loaded from the side or and before leaving dock, and that's
the side hatch.
And that's exactly what's in this storage room is the side hatch.
All right, so here's these boxes I found. So this one's some boats. There's some emergency supplies as I was looking around. I think it's time to get off this ship. Anybody know how to sail? Roger?
Yes, I can know my way around a boat a bit.
How do we open the side hatch?
So there's a lever. There's the system that you guys have to take some time maybe figuring out how to latch it down. But yeah, you could drop it down.
She's like, okay.
Can I push some boxes in front of the door that we just busted down?
Sure.
Yeah.
Annabelle is going to focus on helping unpack a boat so they can get the fuck out of here.
Right.
She's just like, my priority is life.
So the ship is still moving. Probably a pretty good picture is if you look at Adam's background. It's kind of what's happening.
We went to fight the vampires and then die because of the weather.
So yeah. So what do you guys want to do?
Is it like an inflatable boat, or is it like a
Boat.
boat?
It's a boat. It's like it's a boat. It's a boat
Okay.
that's like a boat that's fully rationed. You noticed that last time you looked at it.
Is it a sail or a motor?
It's a motor.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure, it's a motor.
Roger, what are you doing?
Getting the boat out.
All right.
If they're all loaded up, then we're going.
Yeah. So once you get the boat over to the side, it's over. There's no spot to like put it down into the water. It's not like that. But you can see the water below. It's probably about where you're at on the ship. Maybe a 6-foot drop. And so you could, as the boat is kind of moving and turning, you could, once you guys get in, if you pushed on when the boat was bouncing, you could probably have it just slide off into the water. So that's I mean, just because you guys didn't talk about how you're going to get the boat off it, but that's going to be probably the most reasonable way to get it off of this storage. But once you open up the door, it's just sea foam. It's just water coming in, and so it's spraying onto you as you kind of wait for the momentum of the boat to basically slide you out. So if that makes sense.
Is it on a pulley system? Like, is it attached to a rope that we?
No, you guys found it in a crate. It was like a backup. This isn't the launching system for the boat for the.
Oh, I see. So
We're
we're
lifeboat.
basically just doing a Hail Mary at this
Yeah,
point.
you're basically just trying to launch out. So I just need each of you to make a dexterity roll.
15 for Roger.
Natural 20!
Oh,
An 11.
okay,
A 14.
a 14.
That's before.
All right.
Plus
So
1 for dexterity.
when the boat slides out, it slides down straight down, and it's like you're going down like a water ride at Disneyland or somewhere. And you're like,
Splash Mountain.
oh, and so the dexterity roll was to see if you fell out of the boat, and when it landed, and so when you hit the water, all of you pop up. And then the harness keeps you in your chair. Orville has one arm and one half of his body outside the boat, but then he hangs on and pushes himself back up, and the boat starts curving over the waves. And what you see on the boat itself is that the lights are starting to flicker out on the boat. It's almost going completely dark at this point, and you're on these. It's not like you're in a storm, but the waves are a little bit turbulent. And as you get further, is someone turning on the rowboat or turning on the motor?
I assume Roger, our seaman.
Can we take the flare gun and shoot back into that room? Like,
Sure.
Why?
I'm gonna light it on fire.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna try.
Hey, Annabelle, hand me that flare gun over there.
Aye, hands.
All right, so I'm gonna
All
break
right.
it first and load it.
Okay, so as you get further away, you're gonna shoot that.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot into the hole and try to light the ship on fire.
Okay, so
I don't know if it's gonna do anything, but
we'll try. So go ahead and make a dexterity roll. That'll be for the shot.
Please let horrible be it.
16.
yeah.
Okay, so that gets into the storage, and so I'm gonna roll a d100. I just need you to call high or low, Adam.
Okay.
Basically, just call high or low.
What do you mean, like you rolled something? I'm gonna say it's higher or it's lower than 50.
Yes.
Okay. High.
Oh, 37. So it does not appear that it lit.
Dang.
So.
Well, let's just get out of here.
It was a good thought.
I can whip you around and you can get another shot if you'd like.
Sure. We'll take one more.
All right. Roll that
I better
dex.
hope that there isn't an Egyptian lady with long arms.
I'd say roll that dexterity roll. Once you add a +2 to it, now that you've already shot this thing once, you got a good handle on it.
14.
Okay, and then go ahead and that high or low again.
Low.
66. At this point, you see the top deck now. The ship explodes in splinters again, and almost brighter than the moon is a golden body that is almost blindingly gold. You still have 4 flares. So except that this body starts pulling itself out, and you can see it on the top of the deck up above.
It looks brighter than it did, right?
Oh yes, absolutely.
But not necessarily like bigger or more muscular or
No,
anything like that.
no.
Okay.
That's our cue to go, and I'll like turn the boat around to maneuver away from the giant deity emerging from the giant ship.
He's gonna break the boat at this point.
Do we even know where we are in the ocean?
No.
Okay, cool.
So what happens is Roger kind of turns that motor, and you move quickly away from the boat. Marisalam is on the top deck. She's standing in her 20-foot glory. She's glowing gold, and she is almost a beacon in the night as you head further and further away until she's just a pinprick. And thank you for playing Vampire Cruise, and I'm amazed that you all survived.
First time we've all survived.
Where these
I'm the only one.
where these 4 go from here, and if they get rescued, well, I'll leave that to the viewer to decide in their own mind how that plays out. But thank you for playing, and thank you guys for joining us, and have a good night. Bye.
How about we eat Esteban first?
No. Hey, I have a hockey puck that's like a steak we could use for spearfishing or something. We have a
There's gotta be a
harpoon.
compass on the boat. I'm sure we can figure it out. I mean, maybe we'll end up on Maui.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. We really had a great time playing this game, and this is just one iteration of it. There is so much more to the game. There's lots of ship activities, interesting crew members to meet, lots of vampires. And so if you are interested in this game, the link is in the video description, and I'm sure you can make it fit whatever the play style is for your group. Again, thank you for watching. Have a good day.